we have a second kind of special right triangle today, 30, 60, 90. So if if it is a right triangle, one angle's 90 and one's 60, the other has to be 30. Vice versa, if one's 30, the other has to be 60. These have a special relationship just like the 45, 45, 90s do. 45, 45, 90, the legs were the same. Whatever the leg was, you multiplied by square root of 2 to get the hypotenuse. So this one's a little different. You have a short leg, a long leg, and the hypotenuse. Of course, the hypotenuse is always across from the right angle. The short leg is across from the 30 degree, across from the small angle. And we're going to call it X. So whatever the short leg is, the hypotenuse is twice that. So if the short leg's X, the hypotenuse is double that. You just multiply by 2. And then you have the long leg. That would be across from the 60, the bigger angle. So across from the 60, the long leg is the short leg, X, times the square root of 3. So everything hinges off the short leg. You can double the short leg to get the hypotenuse. Or what if you knew the hypotenuse? You could half it to get the short leg. Then the short leg times square root of 3 is the long leg. Therefore, long leg divided by square root of 3 is short leg. So let's look at a couple of examples. Whoops, I didn't write this here. Okay, let's look at short leg. Since this is the small angle, I know the short leg, so that's X. So I double it to get the hypotenuse. What's twice 14? Well, it's 28. And then I take that 14 and multiply it by square root of 3 to get the long leg. Here's another one where they gave me the short leg. If this is 60, this is 30. Across from that 30 is the short leg, 5. Therefore, to get the hypotenuse, I double it and get 10. To get the long leg, I multiply it by square root of 3. So now let's look at when they give us the long leg. I can't go straight from the long leg to the hypotenuse, but I can divide out the square root of 3 and get the short leg. And then whatever the short leg is, I double it to get the hypotenuse. Let's look at an example. This is probably the trickiest, where the long leg is a whole number. So to get from the long leg to the short leg, I take the long leg and divide by square root of 3. But because I don't want a radical in the denominator, I have to rationalize this. Multiply both numerator and denominator by the denominator. What that does is get us 20 square roots of 3 in the top over 3. That can't really be simplified, so I'll just leave that as my answer. And then to get the hypotenuse, don't I double this? Oops, didn't mean to write that there. I double this. I multiply it by 2, so I get 40 square roots of 3 over 3. That one's a little clunky. Okay, hypotenuse is 46. I can't go straight from the hypotenuse to the long leg, but I can just divide by 2, get the short leg. Once I have the short leg, multiply by square root of 3 to get the long leg. So then we'll look at the word problem here. A slide is built at a community park in a perfect world. The ladder makes a right angle with the ground. The length of the slide is 12. If it creates a 60-degree angle with the ground, find the vertical height. So what am I looking for? I am looking for the long leg. I have the hypotenuse. So I better find the short leg first. 12 divided by 2 is 6. Now, what is the long leg? It is 6 square roots of 3, but that means nothing if you tell me that a set of sliding 6 square roots of 3 tall. So we need to put that in our calculator and turn it into something that would mean something to people, which is going to be about 10.4 feet.